Hi everybody, this is Cynthia and welcome to my space where everything is tikitibu. I was supposed to be making more videos and got so busy every single day that I just couldn't get them done. I think I only have the one up there right now about the My Skin Buddy. Now that I can't work, I thought I might as well just crank these out. And I actually had a client come in to, curbside pick up some samples. So I'm going to do a video to help her understand what she needs to do because I gave her quite a few. And it can be really confusing when you're just looking at a text message or reading some directions. So I find it helpful to give direction as well as demo. And that has actually worked out the best. So we're going to talk about moisturizers first. But before I do that, I actually have to sanitize before I dispense the product. So this is going to be a couple minutes. Sorry, I've got to do this though. So mask goes on, hand sanitizer, and this is kind of what's going to happen during every service from now on, I think, because of the coronavirus. We have to be super careful, and I certainly don't want to contaminate my product. So I need to be super careful. And let me just get this. All right. Okay, now I'm going to take this off now that I have it dispensed. So, the first moisturizer we're going to talk about right now is the Firm Skin. This is actually the pro size. It's like an 8-ounce jar, so it's not available for retail sale. They typically come in 2-ounce sizes. So the Firm Skin moisturizer, technically the Firm Skin Acai Moisturizer, is a medium weight moisturizer. I love it because it does a couple of different things. It's a multitasker. In my world, it's a multitasker. And that's, I guess, the disclaimer, because all the information I'm giving you right now is based on my own experience and my experience with my clients. So it might be different than something that your esthetician told you, or vary a little bit from what the Eminence has, because they do have some really great videos too. The Firm Skin Acai Moisturizer has homeostatin in it, so that's their anti-aging ingredient that helps the bond between the dermal junction and the epidermal junction, the DOJ. Dermal epidermal junction, and helps it to function better. And it also has hyaluronic acid in it. So for my clients who don't have time and who really aren't into skincare, I really need to keep those steps at a minimum. So this moisturizer is great for that because they're getting their moisturizer, they're getting some anti-aging, they're getting the antioxidants in the phytonutrient blend, and then they're also getting the hyaluronic acid, so it's like one thing to apply as opposed to multiple steps. So this moisturizer, see, it's super thick, like it just sits on that stick and doesn't move. And because it's so thick, you have to thin it a little bit. Eminence does not put any water in any other formulations, so they're very, very concentrated. And if you try to take it out of the jar and apply it, it's not going to spread as nicely. Now, some of my clients who are super duper dry need to do that. They need to just pull it out of the jar and apply it because they're so dry. But generally, most people don't. And it can be a little bit of a turnoff when the product's not moving and you can't get it to sink in as nicely as you'd like it to. So what I do is you get a little bit of your moisturizer. I'm going to put it in my hand. I actually don't need that much. I pulled too much out of the jar. This is how I demo. That's not a lot of moisturizer, right? And I will get some water. I use, you can use distilled water. I used tap water at home because I'm kind of lazy. You can use toner. Eminence has some really nice toners that you can do this with, but generally I use a little water. If you use a toner, you get the benefit of the toner along with the moisturizer. So it's actually kind of a nice thing to do. In fact, let me do that. Let me run over. I'm going to get my toner. Sorry. So my favorite toner is the neroli. It's hydrating. It also has a natural retinol alternative in it. So when you're using this, you're also getting the benefit of the ingredients in this along with the moisturizer. So what you do is you just spritz. And then when you mix the two, you see how much moisturizer that is. You do not need a lot of moisturizer when you're using Eminence. And you can actually adjust it. So if it's a summer day and it's really hot, less moisturizer, more toner or water. If it's really in the wintertime and you're really dry, you can use a little bit more moisturizer, a little less water, or you can also add a drop or two of oil to that to make it a little bit more moisturizing. And you just apply this to your skin. That amount would have done my entire face, neck, and upper chest. So good. So that's how you use pretty much all of the Eminence moisturizers. A 2-ounce jar of Eminence moisturizer should last you between 4 to 6 months. So if you're blowing through it in 2 months, you're probably using too much. And I suggest trying either using water or toner to get it to move better. It just gets it to move, and it's got more slip, and you can actually get it all over. The other tip I have in terms of applying moisturizer, because oftentimes people will have all this moisturizer in their hands, and they'll start at the top and start to work their way down in terms of applying it, and then they don't have enough for their upper chest and their neck. So what I do is I pat, 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 then connect the dots, because then you've got some moisturizer all over, and then you just massage it in. I call it the brownie method. And the way I explain this is, if you've ever made brownies or something with a really super thick batter, if you dumped all that batter in the middle of the pan and tried to spread it to the edges, it'll never go. It will never be an even layer into the corners. So what you do is you dollop it into the pan, right? And then you connect the dots. That's kind of what you're doing with this method. Just apply it. Let me do it again, because I have more. Some of the moisturizer. This time I'll use the water. A little bit of water. That's a lot of moisturizer. So pat, 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 pat. And now I've got moisturizer all over, and I can just apply it, and I will have plenty for my face, my neck, my upper chest. And then you don't have to go back for more. So this is really a nice way to kind of extend your product. This trick actually works with other moisturizers too. It's not just an Eminence thing. I've had other clients who've said they've had issues applying their other moisturizers, and they've tried this. Totally works. So don't forget that you can thin your product with a little toner or water to get it to move. I've also added hyaluronic acid to my moisturizer, so I'm doing everything at once. And then I've also added oil. If I'm feeling dry, I will add a drop or two of oil to this mixture with some of the water and toner, and it just makes it that much more moisturizing. And you can adjust the amount of oil that you want in there as well. So experiment. There are no hard and fast rules here. Try it. You know, if you need 3 drops of oil if you're super dry, add 3. If you need 5 drops of oil to your moisturizer, add it. I like doing that because oftentimes my clients have a moisturizer that they love, and they really don't want to have to do something else or try something else because that's the one they love, but they feel like they can't use it in the summertime, or they can't use it in the wintertime because it's not moisturizing enough, or they can't use it in the summertime because it's too much. They want something lighter. So that trick works. You can adjust everything that you got, and it's super easy, and then you can actually use what you really love. So with that, that's pretty much it for the Eminence moisturizers. Even I've done that same trick with their gel concentrates. Like they have their bamboo firming fluid. That's kind of a thick gel, and it's in their serums category. But I do the same thing. You only need like 1 pump of the bamboo firming fluid or 1 pump of the mangosteen concentrate and some water or some toner, hyaluronic acid, gets it to move. So if you have any questions, you can comment. I guess you can comment on this video. I'm also available via email. And so you can contact, actually maybe comment would be better because I can actually directly answer your questions via comments. So I hope this helps. I hope it helps my client. And I'll see you soon. I'm actually going to crank out another like 3 or 4 videos today, so quite a few will be going up today. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.